Welcome back to another episode of Matter of Fact. I'm here with Rob, and yeah, how you been?
Yeah, back again, episode 2, man. So I've been pretty good. Another week gone by. Some crazy stuff in the world. We're about to talk about it.
Yeah, if you might have noticed, we're not in the studio. Turns out that the microphones from the studio did not work, and it was more of a hassle than an asset. So we're back here for the time being. The audio and the camera is great, and we get to have the old vibe from the old podcast. Like we're having a conversation. Just we really
it.
just kicking
Boys
it.
just kicking it in the room, chilling, having a good time, talking the shit.
But how you been? How's your week been?
Man, it's been pretty good, man. It's been interesting. For work, been crushing it. So have some really big deals coming up in sales. So that's a big thing. Which is good. Start the 2025 right, man. So, because it's going to be part of the new year. Nothing factors into your plan. You know how it works for sales. So, that'll all be unplanned, so to say. So, it'll just be money in the bank. So, it should be a good year for me in 2025. Setting it up right.
Word. That's what's up. It's important to get ahead of stuff like that. Set your life up right before your life comes. Like a lot of people wait until it's the day to pay the bills to worry about where the money for the bills gonna come from. So it's like think about that ahead of time. It's good. I mean, for me this past week, it's been pretty good. I mean, I posted a vlog, my Japan video. So if y'all haven't seen that, go check it out. It's actually doing pretty good. People liked it. I got a good number of subs off of it and stuff. So YouTube's doing pretty good. Made a couple more live videos for some clients and stuff. But yeah, really just been trying to tap in with this. Like, I've just been realizing, like, I got all the tools I need to be able to get far in this YouTube game and whatever, as far as audio quality, video quality, whatever. So now it's just all about learning and, like, really being consistent or whatever. But, school ass, school sucks, but glad this is my last semester. It's a blessing and a curse, like, being here for me. Like, I want to be gone, but I think I definitely needed it, like, this last semester.
Yeah, one more, especially coming back, you know what I mean? You can't just end on fall raw. You got to finish where you started.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good, like,
that's important.
Whole story type thing for sure. But, speaking about things that don't really matter, we are going into our first section of the show, shit that doesn't matter. And, for the first thing we want to talk about today, we want to talk about something that's been across my, social media feed, the Lakers Media Day. And mainly what they're showing is, of course, LeBron and Bronny. I personally think it's a beautiful thing. What you think about the whole situation?
I mean, it depends how you want to look at it. It could be a beautiful thing, the father and the son, but there's a place and a time for that shit, and this probably ain't it.
Yeah, I mean, elaborate on that. What do you mean?
I mean, it's quite obvious that Bronny does not deserve to be in the NBA. He shouldn't.
Hot take.
Yeah. Newsflash. And there's a reason that he is in the NBA, and people are interested. I mean, his jersey sells. People are curious. They're tuning in.
Would you get one?
Hell no. I'm not getting no Bronny jersey. But I mean, he's ass. That's facts.
He's ass?
He's pretty ass. he's not good at basketball. I mean, could you justify that he gets minutes in the NBA? I don't know.
He's good at He's not ass. He might not be like NBA ready, but he's not ass though. Like he's still good at basketball.
I mean,
do you think he's really gonna play?
He's better than me, but like that's not saying much.
Do you think he's really gonna play like in the NBA? I think he's just gonna play on the G League team. Bro, if he get a roster spot, that's kind of crazy.
That would be crazy, but it is a spectacle. People are interested. Like, it's like, oh, let me see, Bronny's playing. Oh, look at LeBron and his son. Like, especially the casual fan who doesn't really know any better, They might think it's cool. And
Yeah.
obviously they're hyping it up. If he's a G Leaguer, he wouldn't be the star of the interviews, you know? Where's the rest of the team? I'm sure they don't like it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. They probably do not like that shit. But I mean, at the same time, they're not gonna say nothing. It's fucking LeBron.
Hey, well, that's the problem. That's why we're sitting here talking about it.
Nah, that's
because
facts.
it's fucking LeBron.
I mean,
so
I think the bigger thing
nobody else
is,
can do it.
you know, like you were saying, is everybody on Twitter, you know, just on social media, they've been talking about black nepotism and like how this is nepotism and he only in the league because of LeBron. You literally just said that, and I mean, like one. He has to be at least good enough to get drafted because Jordan had a kid. People be saying Jordan was the GOAT. Jordan kid didn't make it because he was ass.
Facts. But NBA is a lot on like talent and prospecting people. So you're like, oh, he could be somebody special, you know? And just for the fact that he's LeBron James' son, you think he could develop into somebody special. He has a dad right there who's essentially a coach on the court. You know, you got all the facilities
coach,
in the
GM,
world.
center, point guard.
He's everything, exactly.
Yeah.
So he has the resources to succeed. That doesn't mean he's gonna succeed. You know, he has more resources than the average person to do it, no doubt. So that's another reason.
Even than the above average person.
Way above, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like that's why the NBA they don't even have to invest that much because he already has so much invested in him. So maybe they're like, all right, this kid, they're not gonna give up on him. Nobody's gonna give up on him. So that's why he gets a chance. Yeah. But somebody else that nobody knows their name, and it's like, dude, nobody cares about you whether you make it or not.
Do you think this is an ultimately good thing for
not.
Bronny, a good thing for the NBA, a good thing for just like the Lakers in general, or is it just bad on all cylinders?
Is it good for Bronny? Hell yeah, he got something he didn't deserve. Why not? You know, he's doing well. He's on the Lakers. I'm sure he's happy as hell. Is it good for the NBA? I don't think so. You know, it delegitimizes it, and it just so happens that obviously they drafted him. You know, which a lot of people said he wasn't draft worthy, but you drafted him, make dad happy. Don't want to see him leave because he could.
Should I let LeBron old ass leave?
Threaten. That's their whole team. You can't though. You
bro,
know,
that nigga, they pay that nigga $50 million a year, bro. You can get 2 decent role players.
Do you know how much But those role players ain't selling jerseys like LeBron, ain't filling seats like LeBron. That's why you pay him so much because people want to see him.
They're not trying to win. They're not trying to win, bro.
It's a spectacle now.
That's facts. But I think, ultimately, like, if this becomes a trend, like, yeah, it might be bad for the NBA, but fuck the NBA. You know, like, if a black man can put his kid on and become an NBA player, bro, go do that.
But
I want everybody to do it.
It's not gonna last. I don't think anybody else.
How long you think he gonna be in the league?
Till LeBron is. It's a package deal.
Shit, that's funny.
He's gonna be like, I'm retiring with dad.
That would be ass. That would be ass. Nah, that would be funny. That would be funny. I wouldn't even be surprised. But that'd be crazy. We're like maybe 2 or 3 years after. When you think LeBron last year gonna be?
Whenever he wants. Just like his son. Whenever he
That's
wants.
facts, Speaking of shit that doesn't matter, Diddy, more is coming out about him. It's not anything new, but it's just people realizing that, over the years, he's literally been telling us in our face what he's doing on movies and music, which is like actually crazy when you think about it. And like these are like hits. Like, remember when they took away R. Kelly's music? Like a couple songs, bro. Like
they said Diddy got a spike in songs and shit after all this.
Hell yeah. I mean, R. Kelly did too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was actually kind of cool.
But yeah, I mean that shit is crazy. Like, do you think like this thing was just kind of accepted back in the day, and that's why like we didn't pick up on it, or like we were really just that blind as a society? Because like it is clear, like he's literally like looking in the cameras like I'm sex trafficking. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, I think like most people did kind of know, and it's just like, well,
It was cool.
we're not the ones to do anything about it, and like that's the way that life can be like that, and especially back in the day when, not everything was on camera and things like that everywhere. Like
I mean, Diddy, everything
that,
was on camera in his crib.
well, it was, but it wasn't like the cameras of today. It wasn't like you could get his files and upload it real quick. It was a VHS that you would have had to do some wild shit to get. You know what I mean? It wasn't on the computer type of thing. I doubt, maybe, but probably like a single hard drive.
Yeah.
Not like today's standards. You know what I mean? Where that stuff's everywhere.
Yeah. And you think he can get out?
What, out of this, or you mean?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
You think he gonna die?
Like kill him? They're gonna
Like,
somebody.
is he gonna kill himself?
I don't know. Very like they always put him in the most dangerous place, terrible prison where everything's bad conditions. But they said he's in good spirits. He's gotta think like he can beat it. He is a multi-billionaire. Like that's the thing. I don't think you're a multi-billionaire. You give up like that. Look at Epstein. He got caught. That was his second time. He got caught the first time. He was out there still sliding. He was still sliding, bro. Never
Bro,
stopped.
he got caught for that shit. He's like,
He goes, all right, I'll be more careful. Just chill, guys. And like, all right, be more careful, man, for real.
Come on,
I'll see you at
bro.
the
That
party
was
next
too
week.
easy, my nigga.
Right? Yeah, let me get
You
the
still
invite.
got the jet coming?
Yeah, let me get the invite. Pick me up.
that's
Pick me
funny.
up.
Nah. That shit is crazy though.
He's got like some people in his pocket. Or he's trying to. That's one of the things they said that he didn't get bail for because they said he was going to try to intimidate witnesses, pay people off. You got billions of dollars.
Definitely.
I'm going all in. I'm putting my chips on the table if I'm back to. You know what I mean?
Do you feel bad for Justin Bieber?
I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. He has a messed up. I feel like he is a messed up kid or whatever he is now.
He's an adult.
He morphed. If you see him now, like he does not look like that as a little kid, but nobody would. But yeah, no, it sounds like he
like 28.
probably got a lot of hot dogs down the highway. That's all I'll say. Down the hallway. I don't know. That's so weird that they had that interest in him like that. Is really kind of sick and disgusting though. That's curious. I'm curious to hear the backstory behind that. Like why? It's like, oh, look at this little white boy. Yeah, I want him. Like, what?
You see 50 Cent, he making a documentary.
That's hilarious.
Surviving Diddy.
I love 50 Cent. I think he's hilarious. I always liked him. He's a real one. He's a real one.
Nah, he is a real one. One of the only. One of the only ones. One of the few. Speaking about real shit, this is stuff that definitely isn't real. Election. The election is 4 weeks away. We're officially in October. It's October 1st today. Probably like 2nd or 3rd by the time y'all see this. And it's here. It's almost less than a month away. Like 34 days. Is there any big crazy things happening before the election?
There's got to be. There always is. What? Obviously, we don't know yet. But there's going to be some stuff happening.
I mean, there's been some crazy shit. There's some school shootings. There was other shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think we kind of mentioned the one thing we talked about, and it's going to lead to things that I think will affect the economy, to be honest with you. So, if some stuff goes wrong there. I think, obviously, Kamala's getting the blame since she's hanging with Joe and they're in charge, right? They're flying the ship. So, if it's going down, people are going to be like, why is it going down? You're flying.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, whether it's their fault or not. I mean, like, the thing is, the average American doesn't really know shit about economics or government at all. So, yeah, they don't really know what they're doing or what they're voting for. So most of them just watch the news, and whoever they like on the news is usually who they'll vote for. But, I mean, I saw something that I was surprised, actually, back when I used to work at FedEx. These was my guys. The Teamsters, they said unofficially that their guys are looking to support Trump. That's the union.
Yep.
Union men.
Unofficially, he said, "Yeah, we can't do it."
There's a lot of union workers.
That's a lot. That's facts. No, I think that says a lot.
And most of the niggas not on Instagram.
Exactly. Yeah, hell no. They ain't on Instagram.
Exactly.
They're not, are they the ones whoever is being polled in these, polls for presidential? It's hard to believe that stuff anyway. It's like, who are these people? I kind of mentioned it last episode is if you just look around, what you see is I see a lot of Trump stuff. You just see it,
I've seen a good amount of Trump stuff like since I've been since last episode. Just driving around, I be seeing Trump. I be seeing Kamala stuff too, but like I be seeing Trump. I be seeing. Like, I saw a big ass Trump flag the other day, like in the ground, like big ass shit with an American flag.
And right now, I think we're all seeing the advertising ramp up from both of these candidates. But the stuff I'm talking about seeing is like you're talking about is like regular ass people putting the flag down.
Yeah,
like. That's some.
I'll be seeing like Kamala, like the grass signs sometimes, but niggas be having whole flag poles dedicated to a Trump flag. Like
and the Trump people have been repping it for 4 years straight. Some of those signs they just upgrade them and add more. So they're hardcore and like you see like the prominence. So it's like obviously there's the loud ones, but there's got to be a lot of silent ones too that are fans and they're not saying that, which obviously is probably the Teamsters.
Yeah. So I don't know what this election's gonna look like. Like I said, I'm voluntarily sit this one out yet again. I hope y'all get the result y'all want. Whatever kind of modern day hippie you are.
Can't blame Tommy.
I don't care. Good luck. I hope your candidate wins. Whoever it is listening to this, I hope your candidate wins.
Same here. I feel like that is in the don't matter section. Because it's something that people get upset about, but in your day-to-day life, has the president really affected you?
Not really.
No.
How many of y'all be voting for like the actual governor, mayor, and shit?
Well, usually people do if it's like that. That's the thing. Like this is the big time. So if you go, you're gonna pick all the options because you're gonna check your boxes.
But they're
it's hard to resist.
But that's the thing. They're just gonna check the box. They're not actually looking at the candidate. They're gonna either go straight Democrat, state Republican, or
one and switch the other.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that.
Yes, that's why it's like it's really a joke politics in this country. I mean, you were telling me that there's like a strike at the port that started today or something. Yeah. Like we breaking the news.
40,000 people on strike.
40,000. That's not shit.
That's nothing. So no, but the whole ports are shut down. They estimate that that's a loss of at least $1 billion a day in economic activity.
That's not shit. Remember when that canal was blocked?
Yeah,
that was like
the
50 billion, 100 billion a day.
Yeah, that's a huge canal. That was a huge canal.
Bro, 50
no, I mean
million,
it's not like everything's dead because it's just the East Coast and like the Gulf. So like the West Coast, they're good. They're still rolling.
Yeah, we straight.
They had an agreement.
Yeah, my thing is, it's a different company.
I don't know how that worked like that, but yeah, they said, we're cool with that, and the other guys like, nah, we're not. Like, well, we're going to work. So
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's unheard of. I didn't dive too deep into how that all worked. Everyone's just talking about because that one they had an agreement, so it's not big news, right? This one, it's news because things did not work out. So let's see what happens.
Damn. Nah, I mean, like if you think about it, like we already trillions of dollars in debt. So what's a 14 billion for 2 weeks of this?
Well, that's the thing. This isn't like the government's issue. This is all going to affect like private companies for the most part because they're the ones that are importing all the goods that hopefully like people like us are trying to buy. So if you can't import them and there's fewer of them to go around, they'll probably try to raise the prices. Or if you have to go to the western ports and then transport it across the country, are you tacking that cost to the consumer? So that's the thing. And obviously, usually, it always comes down to the little guy.
Exactly. It always comes down to the little guy. And that brings us to our next section of the show. Shit that matters. Hurricane Helene. Ooh, was she feisty.
She was mean.
She was mean. She was different. She was something like we've never seen before.
That's a matter of fact. That is correct.
That is
We've never seen that before.
never seen before. So, over the weekend, Hurricane Helene, she did her thing. You know, went through some of our states, South Carolina, North Carolina. We felt it over here. It wasn't bad. We just got rain and shit. Like it was annoying. But yeah, I didn't even know about it for real. Rob, you know, he came. He was like, "Yo, you got family in North Carolina? Hit him up." I hit him up. He was like, "They have the most deaths in the country,
It's facts.
over 100." I hit him up. They was on the other side of the state. They straight, but
It was in like the middle of like the Western Carolina, right?
I don't know.
The mountain area is what it was.
Yeah. They was on. They hours from that, so they straight. But long story short is that's
Asheville.
crazy. Yeah, Asheville. I've been there, so like, it's crazy. And she was saying it was in Roxborough or something like that. I forgot, but anyways, yeah, it hit this town was in the mountains. Never been hit by conditions like that ever. Nobody had storm insurance, hurricane insurance. The town is gone. Gone.
You gotta if anybody who's listening has not seen the images, you gotta just look them up.
Yeah, just Google it.
You can't imagine it. You couldn't even describe it. I mean, literally all the houses, the whole town, like literally underwater. Right?
Like it looked like some like shit you see overseas.
Yeah,
That's America. America. It's not broke America either. White folk live
Yeah, there's a lot of white folk in North Carolina there, but there's more in Ukraine, and they get the money first. So we'll see if we get it or they get it or what.
there.
happens.
Yeah. So what do you think's gonna happen? Like, as we said, these people don't have insurance. They're like, you gotta look at the pictures and like the videos. The town's destroyed. Like, so it's like, are they gonna rebuild that shit? Like, who's gonna rebuild it?
So look at think of this situation. All right. So your house completely wiped away. You know, in most instances, you have standard homeowners insurance usually covers like wind and things like that, but not flood. And that's what this is considered. Storm surge or flood is a separate type of insurance. And up there in the mountain, you wouldn't think to have that. So all of this damage is uninsured. So the only way that you can return and recover is on your own dime. Or FEMA's assistance, which is the government. And are they going to do it? That's the thing. You know?
Well,
So
didn't Biden say
otherwise-
he was about to go down there?
He said he'll check it out.
Wait, didn't this shit happen a couple like years ago in Hawaii?
Well, that was when everything was burned down by the volcano.
Yeah, they ain't give him shit for that.
Nope, still didn't. Rich people just came in and said, "I'll buy your land. Thank you." It's a nice beachfront we got here. Oprah, she's in
fuck
there.
it. We want to tear this shit down anyway.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
I'm getting the land cheaper and I don't have to do demolition costs.
Right? And it's good.
Ah,
Good as gold.
man, that's America for you,
I mean,
man.
you heard there was one story too. They caught like 8 illegal immigrants that were taking advantage of people during this situation, like trying to rob people and stealing things and stuff like that. That they caught. That was in Tennessee.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
But-
trying to take advantage of
So my thing is like,
our plight.
do you think that's what's going to happen with this situation in North Carolina? Rich people will come in because North Carolina, like, that's a prime retirement state. People want to go there. It's not like just North Dakota. Like, that's somewhere like people want to retire. This whole land gets wiped out. No demolition costs. You can just buy that up. You think the same thing might happen?
Well, I mean, everything's got to be cleaned up, and I don't think the same thing would happen because Hawaii is a very unique place in the world. You know, it's a beautiful island, and there's very few of them. You know, so it is still what it is with the beachfront property. This is just going to be a ruined town that you'd have to build back because you're not going to want to go there unless there's stores, bars, things to do, all that. So it's not just like one can go. It has to be like everything has to, or at least a big chunk has to kind of form at once as a nucleus and expand from there. Does that happen? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's up to the government, to be honest.
Shit. Let's just see. Let's look at the track record. Has that happened in the past?
Katrina went well, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people there were displaced and never returned.
No, bro. George Bush, he gave a fuck.
Right.
He gave
Yeah. So that's the thing. So
I mean, like Hawaii, that was chill. Rich people came, bought that shit straight. We didn't have to put ourselves more in debt.
The regular people, they were in trouble. Yeah. That's the thing. Government's like, we don't need to. Private people will take care of this. Don't you worry.
Yeah, exactly. Like private people not take care of Ukraine and Israel and all these other places in the world. We gotta pay. Y'all gotta pay them. We gotta pay them.
Right. All those people that just lost their house gotta pay them.
Yeah, bro.
Right? That's the facts.
Hey, that's actually funny. Like that's literally the facts. Like
that's the facts.
Watch, they're gonna get. Whoever, I don't know who's going to get it, but somebody's going to get some more military aid in the billions, and just know that the people who literally just die and not going to get shit from the government because of a hurricane, not really shit they could do about that, they're also
never before seen
being forced to pay for that. So, that's insane. I mean, there's people on the interweb and Twitters that's blaming Biden for whatever reason. Honestly, I was surprised to see Biden,
still alive.
Yeah, bro. I thought he was. I literally thought he was checked out, bro. Is this the first? This is the first time we've heard of him in a good minute. This is the first time we heard of this dude.
Definitely of note, you know what I mean? Obviously, nobody's paying attention to him at this time.
Maybe that too. Maybe he'd be like having press conferences every day, like nobody gives a fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, you're in the countdown, bud. Just hang in the back.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know why people are blaming him. It's kind of like, weather and climate. This is like a larger question about climate change. Did climate change cause this? I think this is a W for the climate change activists, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, well, they got to take credit for it, right?
At least.
You got to, but if they blame the drought and the rain comes, that's not climate change. but yeah, no, it's could it be a factor? Obviously, if you look at the Earth's history, which is obviously very long, and humans' time that takes up that history is so small. It's like a pinprick of the total amount of the Earth's years. And we've had ice ages and crazy things like that.
We literally had ice ages.
So that occurs, and I think there is like a cycle to things somehow. And maybe we're just going through that, and obviously we've never experienced it because it's might be fast to us, but it's slow in the grand scheme of Earth. Right?
So you think that
but climate change could be accelerating
it? Are we good?
Could be accelerating it. I think we're good. We're good. Right here?
No, I'm saying not like our generations. Like in 20 is this something that I'm gonna have to worry about to deal with? Like, am I gonna have to deal with an ice age on something?
Yeah, I don't think we will. I think we'll be dead. I think
like our kids. Grandkids?
Kids. We'll get. They might be getting that. I don't know if it'll be the ice age yet, but
grandkids.
I think the first thing that we have to deal with is like we just said, like, what if places become inhospitable because of the weather and uninsurable? Which some places they say, nah, the insurance has to be so much money because your house is going to burn down or it is going to flood. It's a fact. It's just a matter of time. Then what do you do? And that's the question. Like, we don't have enough housing. That's an issue in the presidential election today as well. Big issue in the country.
I saw they've been making those tiny homes, and even them shits be like $100,000.
Right?
They don't even be 6 feet tall.
It's like I got a 150 square foot
tiny mobile home. You can put it on your bicycle. It's $150,000.
crazy. And then you got to pay to rent the land where you park it, probably. Facts. Yeah, that's facts.
Then
That's
you gonna be
facts.
an NYC with that shit. NYPD gonna fucking take your house.
Yep.
They gonna be like, bro, yeah, you don't have the right permit for this.
That reminds me. I don't know if you heard this story, but the common thing is obviously private equity. You know, they're vultures. They're out there. They gotta eat, and their new target is mobile home parks. You know, trailer parks. Where if you know about trailer parks, in most of them, somebody owns the trailer park. You buy your trailer, but you have to pay rent on the land where your trailer's parked. I don't know if you know that.
Do that shit.
That's how it works.
Yeah, but you think
So-
niggas really do that?
What?
Niggas in fucking trailer parks pay rent on their land?
Or they get kicked out and they lose their trailer. That's how it works. And that's the thing. You could abuse people at that point and say, hey, you're getting evicted, and then what are you going to do? You have to sell your trailer either quick or below market price to get anything at all. So it can be a very abusive relationship. And it used to be owned like by a mom and pop, but when venture capital comes in, they're like, wait, we're rate increasing every year. You know, and most people in a trailer park aren't the wealthiest people to begin with, so you start cranking up the rent like, you know, it's just gonna, you know, drive people to the brink.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the future of life in America is. I mean, like, we won't know until the election. That, like, if you look at any commercial or YouTube video, an ad will pop up and say, like, the world's going to end unless you vote for A, B, C. It's just A and B, I guess. A or B. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully the hurricanes stop. There's no more volcanoes. Everybody has houses once. Whoever you want to win wins. You know, that's what matters, right?
That's what matters, is if they can actually deliver for the American people. That's what matters. Not the Ukrainian people, not the Israeli people, the American people.
Yeah, but we know that probably won't matter. Or we know that probably will not happen. So that is why this is shit that matters. But going to our last segment of the show, shit that will matter. This is shit that will matter in the future. You know, we're just talking about, you know, possible climate change, not in the sense of we're destroying the earth and killing the earth. I don't think, you know, we are really savvy enough to be able to kill the earth. I think the earth will get rid of us long before we are able to kill the earth. Maybe we could nuke it to death, but I even think then the earth will be fine.
Right, kill ourselves first. Yep.
Yeah, I think we will just be dead first. Anyways, yeah, so will this shit matter? Will this, how will we survive? You know, if everywhere starts to get wiped out, you know, all these beach houses, you can't have a beach house no more, okay, that's whatever, but what if, like, entire states go underwater?
Right? Just move back a little.
Yeah, move back a few states.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think the future of this shit is?
Yeah, can we like, do we have the technology to work our way out of this stuff? Like, well, you know, we're working on AI. Can that solve some of our problems? You know, I know in some places, if you know it's coming, you can kind of prepare for it, right? You know, unfortunately for those folks in North Carolina, they had no idea it was coming because stuff like that never came before. But, you know, Florida and stuff, they handle it a little bit better. Most of them, they bounce back in most areas of Florida, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, they deal with it every year.
Yeah, it's common there, and they're getting hit with it full on, which, you know, it's very rare that a hurricane gets that deep into land like this one did.
That's
so,
facts, yeah. Helene, she was spicy.
Yeah, definitely one of the most, they said, most expensive hurricanes in the history of the U.S., and one of the most deadly, so especially in current times. So, and the reason it's like that is because it's unexpected. You know, Florida, they're prepared. They're not ready to die. They're, all right, we know what to do. We do this every year, like you said. North Carolina never did it before.
Well, I've been seeing, like, videos of, like, them 3D printed houses and, like, making houses in a lab. I don't know how fucking stable those shits will be against a hurricane. But like when we're talking about technology and rebuilding and like replacing these misplaced people's, you know, just living situation, you know, that could be a solution that tech could help with. But the next hurricane comes, you know,
You're screwed.
yeah.
You know what the solution is? Elon Musk. So Elon's been saving the day. You know, they got things that no cell service, all that. Bring in Starlink. Boom. Here we go.
What,
Fire
down
it
there?
up. Yep, that's what they
Oh,
did.
the hurricane?
They bring it down in North Carolina and stuff like that. Bringing in Starlink. I also heard that Elon is an investor in this company called Boxable, which you got to check it out. Definitely some really cool stuff. But it's essentially like a house that you can like build, transport, and just like fold out, and it's pretty nice. So if he has those sort of things, you can bring those to areas like this, and essentially it's like boom, you're living again. You know, that'd be pretty cool.
So you think Elon is gonna?
If he could, will he? I don't think he's gonna do that. So a lot of people, the Starlinks, you could buy Starlink at Best Buy if you want.
How much is it?
It's expensive, but you know, but you could buy it. So people like it would just like gather money and buy Starlinks and donate
is
them.
What? What is that?
Starlink is Elon has a bunch of satellites up in the sky because he launches them all the time. So he uses his satellite system to give you internet.
For real?
Yeah. So you can use Starlink as your internet
Is it
provider
like monthly?
if you wanted. Yeah, monthly subscription.
Oh, so it's probably hella expensive.
Yeah, it ain't cheap because you could just take it anywhere. It's like it can be mobile, you know. So.
Oh, is it not the router?
Yeah, it is, but like that's the thing. Like that, they're just bringing these Starlinks, and you could just bring them anywhere, you know. And then when you're done, you can pack it up and take it again, and go to the next place. So,
Dang, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, technology like that. I mean, Elon, he's damn near the real life Tony Stark.
he is exactly. He is.
He just need an Iron Man suit.
So I mean that'd be cool. Like that boxable thing I'm talking about. Like if he came in and was like, all right, I'm gonna do $1 billion with these, because if that's his thing for real and he does that, he's gonna get so much notoriety for it, and the name brand, it'll grow, and I'm sure he'll make billions more just from doing it.
Yeah.
As advertising essentially.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously
And philanthropy.
exactly. He'd be like, oh, this guy just gave how many people, thousands of people a home. You know. That's gonna be President Musk after the next one.
Nah, they gonna be like, he ain't give him. You know what, motherfuckers on Twitter gonna be like, he ain't give him a Tesla though. Right. He don't give a fuck. That barely cost him anything. He worth 183 billion. He only gave him $1 billion worth of shit. He don't give a fuck.
I'm sure people will say that, to be honest with you, but but that's a bad part about technology too. We were talking about. You know, everything's going electric, all this different stuff. Well, electric was a problem because in situations like this, the electric gets wet, it doesn't work. You know, that's why you need the Starlink. That's why you need, you know, if you had your Tesla, they said your Teslas, I think it was just the salt water in like Miami areas or whatever, Florida, that was starting on fire.
So Teslas, I thought Elon was the answer.
Yeah, I know. So that's the thing. We solved one problem only to find another one.
I mean, if you thought electric cars was solving a problem, you didn't really look into all the problems it was creating. Yeah, I mean, one, if you just go look at like a Tesla charging station, like in prime hours, I seen some horror pics in Cali.
Oh, yeah.
They be like big ass line, like 2 hour waits. Imagine that. Hell nah, bro. I'd be pissed if I had to wait 2 hours to charge my car.
It's cold and they freeze and don't work at all.
Yeah. Or so it's like, and not only that, we're solving this, you know, ethical problem of climate change with fucking electric cars, which I don't know, maybe, you know, y'all know more about that than me, but you're not addressing the unethical problem of cobalt mining that's going on in the Congo. And it's like, I mean, y'all don't want to do that because if I'm being honest, both our phones got a cobalt in it that makes it work. All the electric cars, I mean, that has like a lot more cobalt than our phones, but all of those have them. My camera has it. Like damn near everything we use has cobalt. But yeah, it's just a lot of virtue signaling in our society. Like
Yeah.
people don't really care. People just want to seem like they care.
We'll see. You heard? I think it's happening in PA here. They're rebooting a nuclear plant. Microsoft's funding
Here?
that. Yeah.
Where?
3 Mile Island.
On the island?
3 Mile Island, which is like a famous place where I think before there was a
Have you ever been there?
meltdown. I've never been there, but it's very famous.
We should go.
Yeah, I don't think they'll let you on it. It's a nuclear power plant facility, but I don't think that. I'm sure the security's tight. I think it's a tourist attraction. It's more like Central PA, I think, but.
Bro, let's go.
Yeah.
How the fuck they gonna? They're not gonna know till after we post our video.
But Microsoft's firing it up. They're paying for it to fund their data centers. Do we start using that again? Because other countries are, and there's better technology for it now. Like that's the future. Like are we starting to move towards that stuff? Because that's what we need. But what happened if that was in North Carolina and the unexpected hurricane hit?
What, a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, you built it somewhere where you don't think that could happen, but it happened.
Bro, you gotta build it stable, cause like, you gotta be safe after Chernobyl and shit. Like that's what they're gonna do, because we're America.
That's why we haven't built anymore. We don't.
No.
We don't build them anymore because we're scared.
You think they don't got some?
What, U.S.? The U.S. the last one they built, I think, was in like Georgia, and the only reason it's the last one is because it takes so damn long to do it too.
The last one they told you about.
Maybe they got some sneak tips. Power plants are pretty big usually, though.
They got a whole alien base,
in
the desert.
The key, I think, to modernizing it, and obviously I'm no nuclear scientist or something like that, but back in the day they used it was like cooled with like water and steam and things like that. And they came up with a new way of cooling and things, so it doesn't cause those meltdown problems that the first generation technology did. So we learn from our mistakes, just like those meltdowns, which is good. Very costly mistake, but at least we learned to listen.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes you gotta lose a few cities to like advance in society. That's literally just facts.
That is a matter of fact. That's right.
That is literally a matter of fact. However you want to look at it.
It's a sad reality.
Yeah,
it's true.
Sometimes you gotta make costly mistakes in order to go to the next level and never to take over the world.
To the future.
And that's about it. You got anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, I think, matter of fact, that's all I got.
Yeah, exactly. Matter of fact, we hope y'all enjoyed this show. Share it with your friends if you got this far, because that means you kind of liked it, right?
Just like a little bit.
You got this far.
Appreciate that. We're getting better, working on it.
Yeah, we appreciate, the support, the love. It's only going to get better from here. Promise you that. And, we'll catch you on the next episode of Matter of Fact. Let us know on Instagram what you guys think of this. All that's going to be in the description of this video. We'll catch y'all on the next one. This is Matter of Fact with Modern Day Hippies signing out. Peace.